Good morning, I'm Armstrong Williams. The more we learn about the massacre at Fort Hood, the more outraged and just upset we should be. This thug was communicating with Al Qaeda. They knew he had talked about deadly force, terrorist acts, and the FBI, they were tracking him. Now, what does the military do? While this would be terrorist was making these threats, they promoted him to major. Now, I'm willing to say this, and I know some of you are not going to like it, but if this were the Bush administration, there would never have been a climate to promote this terrorist, this assassin, and this natural born killer. And the fact that his victims were our military is even sadder, disgusting, and also frightening. I encourage you to read and keep up with the drip, drip, drip of information that continues to pour out about the mindset of this terrorist. I must give Senator Joseph Lieberman some props. I've always respected and admired him. He's the only person in Congress that has finally said what we've all have been thinking about and believe it. This man was a terrorist and probably connected to other terrorist organizations. Are there terrorist cells in the United States, particularly on our military base? Will there be more of these massacres? I mean, anytime someone makes a threat, especially in the military, and they talk about committing terrorist acts against our military on our American soil, they should be dealt with immediately, not promoted. On another note, John Muhammad will be executed tonight. I remember living through those days of terror because I would get up at 4:30 in the morning and go to the gym, and oftentimes it would dictate that I would gas up early in the morning. I remember at the Exxon station on Mass Avenue one morning, and unbelievably, I was looking over my shoulders thinking, is that cold-blooded murderer out there somewhere? That was a frightening time, I must admit. I mean, I was really shaken by the situation. And just because it's almost 7 years later, it does not change the terror that this man rendered on this community of the nation's capital and the surrounding areas. Man, fry him. I'm like the father of one of the victims. If you ask me to, like many of you, I will pull the lever to execute, to fry him, so that he will never kill and terrorize anyone else in his life. Let him die. That is exactly what should happen. He should die tonight by lethal injection. I'm Armstrong Williams.